Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you enjoyed your Super Bowl weekend. Quick note, content, team of the week stuff over the next few weeks is going to be kind of sporadic. I'm in the process of trying to move. I have to be out of my place by the end of March, so I got a lot going on. So that's why there was no upload last week. I was dealing with some stuff with that, so that will be going on for the next couple of weeks. Hopefully by the end of March, I'm hoping to be back streaming by around the first week of April. I got to get everything situated with the new place, so that's the plan. Welcome Ollie the cat as usual. Wouldn't be a video if he didn't make an appearance. So that's what's going on. So we have our Silver Objective player prediction. So let's go. Alexis Canelo is the first one. Left mid from Toluca. He had a hat trick in a 4-1 win. He had a 9.1 rating. So feel like he could potentially get in team of the week, but I'm not really sure what they're doing with that. So this gives a left mid option, you know, different league, Argentine. So he has some potential links that you can get with him. Throw him in your silver squad and have some fun with him. Next up is Anto Gergic from FC Sion. I believe that is the Swiss Super League. Obviously he is Swiss. He had a, where's Mr. Gergic? Yeah, he had a hat trick as well. He scored all 3 goals in a 3-2 win. He had a 9.8 rating. So again, there's potential. This team of the week, like the lower rated cards, was hard to figure out. So I put Gergic in here. I guess if you slap like maybe, I don't know, a Hunter or a Shadow on him, he'd be okay. You know, his defense and physical is all right. His pace and shooting, yeah, not really. So we'll have to see what they do there. And then last but not least is Mr. Musabero from Bologna. He had 2 goals in a 3-0 win. He had an 8.1 rating, and I believe he was man of the match. But I know a lot of people are upset because there's a lot of striker cards out. So I tried to put a couple of midfield options in this week. It's there is a couple. Well, there's one, Adama Traore from Hatayspor from Turkish Super League. He had 2 assists. He had an 8.5 rating and a 4-1 win. There's a potential that he can maybe get, you know, I don't know if they would do a center back card or not. The last couple weeks haven't been very good from the Silver Objective player perspective for people. So hopefully they put out something pretty cool this week with future stars being out. So we'll see what they do with that. So that's my predictions: Canelo, Gergic, and Barrow for Silver Objective players. Now let's get into our team of the week, and let me zoom in a little bit. And as I said before, we're going to stay with the theme of basically our top kind of 16 players at the top and then the last 7 at the bottom. So let's start with our goalkeeper. And we have Mr. Mateus Perrin from Genoa. They upset Napoli 2-1. There's a possibility, I think it's Gregor Pandev gets in. He scored both goals in that game, but I went with Perrin. He had 8 saves, 3 in the box, an 8.4 rating, and a 2-1 win. Obviously, you know, he's probably the reason that they won that game. Granted, Pandev scored both goals, but excuse me. I think he gets in as the goalkeeper. Next up, we have Mr. Rafael Varane. Everybody knows he had both goals in Real Madrid's 2-1 win on Saturday. So he given, no doubt he's in. It's given. So he had an 8.8 rating and a 2-1 win. So he will definitely get in. Next up, we have Mr. Wan-Bissaka. He had 1 goal in the drubbing of Southampton 9-0. 8.3 rating, clean sheet. So I feel like he'll get in. This week was pretty thin on defenders. Literally all the defenders that I thought would get in, I have in my predictions. So we'll see what happens. But that card will definitely be wanted by those running prim squads. And then last in the defenders there, we have Mr. Angelino from RB Leipzig. He had 2 assists in a 3-0 win, an 8.5 rating, clean sheet. I think that pretty much guarantees him getting in. I think, if I remember right, I think he got man of the match. I'm not 100% sure. That should get him in, though. And then our midfield, we go to Mr. Angel Di Maria. He played right mid / right wing. Or actually, I made him a right wing. PSG, he had 1 goal, 1 assist in a 3-0 win, 8.6 clean sheet. He's been playing really well lately, so I think that'll get him in. I can't remember last week he had, or was it last week he scored a couple goals, didn't get in. I think he gets in this week with the kind of the lack of options of juice in this team. Next up, we have Mr. Kerem Derembe from Bayer Leverkusen. He literally scored up, I think it was the first 2 goals for them in a 5-2 win. He had an 8.8 rating. So I think he'll get in. He might be 83 rated. I haven't been 82, but I've seen possibly an 83 rating for him. So we'll see what happens there. Next up, we have Mr. Alexander Golovin from AS Monaco. He had where's Mr. Golovin? There's Golovin. He literally was involved in all 4 goals that Monaco scored. He scored a hat trick and had an assist and a 10 rating and a 4-3 win. Shoe in, no doubt, no questions asked. And then we round out our starting 11 with Mr. Memphis Depay from Olympique Lyon. He had 2 goals and a 3-0 win, 8.8 rating. So it's time to show Mr. Depay with his 88 rated card. That's going to be a cracked out card. I use his 85. I got his 85 in for him. His 85 gold card, sorry. His 85 gold card, that thing is pretty good as it is. Can only imagine what his 88 in for him would be like. So yeah, that's definitely going to be one to watch there. Next up, we have Mr. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He had 2 goals in Milan's 4-0 win. His 500th and 501st club goal. So I think that'll get him in. The possibility that they make it like a record breaker card or something like that, or a hero card. I don't know, but I have him getting in. 86 rated. I wish his pace was better, so you'll have to slap a hunter or something on him to give him more pace. But the shooting, passing, dribbling, and physical make him an attractive option to pair with your Serie A squad. Next up, we have Michael Oyarzabal from Real Sociedad. So his inform is going to be at 87, which means his headliner will go to an 88 if he gets in. So Oyarzabal he literally scored the first 2 goals in a 4-1 win for Real Sociedad. He had an 8.4 rating. I believe he was man of the match. So he should get in as well. And last up, we have JP Nsame for Young Boys. He had a hat trick and a 4-2 win, 9.4 rating. So he has an 82 inform previously. So his next inform will be an 84. Decent little card. I mean, you could possibly, who knows what you do with it. I mean, the pace, the shooting, and the physical are nice. Outside of that, not so much, but it is what it is. So we move up here. We go to our top reserves. We have Muslera from Galatasaray. He had 5 saves, 3 in a box, 2 claims, high claims, an 8 rating, and a clean sheet in a 1-0 win over Fenerbahce. That was a huge matchup in Super League this past weekend, so I think that might get him in team of the week. And I just realized I have 2 guys from the same squad, but they're from 2 different games, so I don't know if they'll both make it in or not. So it could be Perrin is the backup, and Mike Magnan is the starter. He had 4 saves. Magnan had 4 saves, 2 in the box, in a 3-0 win. I don't know. Wojciech Szczesny for Juventus, he had 4 saves, a punch, couple high claims, and a 2-0 win, a 7.5 rating. So there's some options at goalkeeper there. So of all the ones I have so far, Muslera is kind of the iffy one, if he gets in or not. Next beside him is Ryan Donk. He had 1 goal and 1 assist midweek, and and a 3-0 win, 8.8 rating, clean sheet. So I think he gets in. Muslera is the one I'm a little iffy on after I put him in, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens with that the goalkeeping situation there. Next up, we have Miguel Almiron for Newcastle. He had 2 goals and an 8.4 rating in a 3-2 win on Saturday. Everybody was like, "Oh, Gucci Headband's going to get in." No, they're going to give it to the guy that scored the 2 goals. He had the game winner as well, so he should get in over Gucci Headband. However, with it being a promo week, don't be surprised if they flip it and go ahead and give it to St. Maximin, just to help juice this team of the week. So keep an eye out for that. Obviously, we got a couple of French links in there, so we'll see. Next up, we have Jesse Lingard for West Ham. Literally his debut for West Ham. He scored 2 goals in a 3-1 win. He had the game winner, 8.4 rating. Good to see Mr. Lingard getting his personal troubles out of the way, getting back on the pitch and having some fun. 81 rated card. Decent little card there. If you want to use it for your Prem squad or your All English, go for it. And then the final one for the important ones, or whatever you want to call it, is Gaetan Laborde for Montpellier. He had 2 goals, 1 assist, and a 9.5 rating and a 4-2 win for Montpellier. So I think that gets him in. It'd be 81 rated, not really a usable card. So as I like to say, we move. And double checking here to make sure yes, you can see the rest of the cards. So next up, we have Mr. Joao Jordan from Sevilla. He had 1 goal, 1 assist, and a 3-0 win, 8.6 rating, clean sheet. He was man of the match. So I think that'll get him in this team of the week. So we'll see what happens there. I went with Jonathan Schmid from SC Freiburg. He had the game-winning goal in the upset. I believe it was over Dortmund. Was it over Dortmund? I'm pretty sure it was over Dortmund. Anyway, he scored the game winner in an upset. He had a 7.6 rating. So we'll see if he gets in. It was not really a stretch, but game winner coming from a defender. Pretty big goal there. So another French link there. Decent little right back from Bundesliga. So we'll see what happens. Next up, we have Mr. Jonathan David from Lille. He had 2 goals and he had both goals in a 2-0 win, an 8.2 rating, clean sheet. So I think that'll get him in. That'll be his first inform this year. So we'll see what happens there. I'm just going to say the next card. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name, or I could just call him Rex. Rex gets in with from FC Cologne. He had 2 goals in a 2-1 win, 9.3 rating, and Cologne upset somebody as well. I can't remember. I don't remember off the top of my head who it was, but he had both goals in that game, so he will get the inform from that match, no doubt. Next up, we have Noah Lang from Club Bruges. He had 2 goals and a 9.2 rating and a clean sheet in a 2-0 win. He scored both goals for Club Bruges. So I think that'll get him in. He played right wing. I think his card is left wing, so I made him right wing since that's what he played. It could be a left wing. One way or the other, it's going to be a winger. Next up, we have Joros Drdevic from Sporting Gijon. He had a hat trick in Spanish League 2. He had a 9.3 rating and a clean sheet and a 4-0 win. So I think that gets him in as well. And last but not least, we have our bronze/silver inform of the week, and that's going to go to Mr. Brian Lasme from Sochaux of France League 2. He had 1 goal, 2 assists, an 8.8 rating, and a 4-1 win. He was man of the match as well, so I think that will get him in. So that rounds out our team of the week this week. So I'll back out. Let me make sure it shows up relatively decent so you can kind of see. I'll zoom it in just a little bit. See if it all still shows. Yeah, it pretty much all still shows. I'll kind of slide it up just a little bit. So we got Perrin, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Angelino, Di Maria, Demrabe, Golovin, Depay, Ibrahimovic, Oyarzabal, Nsame, Muslera, Donk, Almiron, Lingard, Laborde, Joel Jordan, Jonathan Schmid, Jonathan David, Rex, Noah Lang, Uros Durdevich, and Brian Lasame. So before I go, I want to zoom out here, and I left out a couple of key ones that I had in this week, and this is why. So I had Ilkay Gundogan from Manchester City. He had 2 goals in the 4-1 win over Liverpool. But I saw something on Twitter today where he is the Premier League Player of the Month for January. So he's going to get a Player of the Month card. So I don't think he's going to get in Team of the Week. So that's why he's not in here. So that's why the midfield is a little bit weak. And then I also had Pedro Goncalves from Sporting CP, but he got an SBC today, so I took him out. So I had to find a couple others to put in. So I ended up, who did I end up putting in? I put in Jonathan David and Joel Jordan are the 2 that I put in for those 2 guys. I'm going to go through a couple that could get in that I don't have. So like I said, Goran Pandev for Genoa, he could potentially get in for both goals in that game. Ben Yedder had 2 goals midweek. He had both goals in a win midweek. So there's a potential that he could get in. Wake Forest had 1 goal, 1 assist, and a 2-0 win. That could potentially get him in. Daniel Mullen for PSV, he had 2 goals and a 3-0 win, so he could potentially get one. Glenn Murray had 2 goals and a 3-0 win for Nottingham Forest, so he could potentially get in as well. Midfielders wise, really the only one that I don't have in is Christian Guanca from Al Shabab out of Saudi League. There's a potential he gets in, but I think he's a silver card now, so I don't know that would work. Defenders, Gary Cahill for Crystal Palace midweek. He had 1 goal and a 2-1 win. And then James Justin as well midweek. He had 1 goal and a 2-0 win. We'll see if those guys potentially get in. And then I mentioned Mike Magnan and Wojciech Szczesny. There's a couple other ones. Robin Zentner, he's a gold card as well. He could potentially get in. He had 4 saves, 3 in the box, a punch, a high claim, and a 1-0 win. And then Manuel Neuer, I don't think with him having a Team of the Year, I don't think he's going to get an inform that's quick behind Team of the Year, so I left him out. So that's kind of where we're at with Team of the Week predictions this week. It's a little weak, kind of strong at the back, strong at the front, little weak in the midfield, but you know, it is what it is. We go with it, and we get ready for the next week to go. So appreciate everybody's support, appreciate checking out the videos. Smash the thumbs on it, comment if you would like, let me know what you think. As I mentioned, Team of the Week is going to be kind of sporadic based on how my how my living situation is going. That should all be worked out by the end of March, beginning of April. So I appreciate it. Hope you guys are well. Stay safe. Be well. Catch you guys later. Peace out.